just negotiated a $7,000 down, 25-year note at 3% interest on a deal in Indiana, and I cold called and closed the seller live from my phone from a free marketing tactic that I had thousands of people watching live. And what I want to show you today is how I talked to this motivated seller, closed them, negotiated this creative finance deal, and why it's such a good deal and how you can do the same exact thing. I did this on a Zillow for sale by owner deal, and this was a deal that's been listed for 193 days, really old deal, and anybody in the entire country could have done it. But the thing was, I was the person willing just to give the call out here, talk to the seller, and go through the options. I went through the cash offer. I went through the renovations. I went with their struggles and their problems, building up a little bit of rapport and getting the deal closed right there. And I showed you how I did the calculations and figured it all out. And I'm really excited for it, guys. I'm one of the few people in the entire country that just clicks that live stream button and closes sales. What I want to show you is the actual recording of me closing the seller and getting the deal and showing exactly how you can start doing deals like this. These are deals which you can take down yourself, or you can wholesale them for a quick $3,000 or $4,000 assignment fee. So it's definitely still wholesaling real estate, but it's also creative financing on it. So if you're ready to see it, do me a favor, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, and let's get into it. Hi, I'm just calling on a Zillow for sale by owner ad I see here. And I was seeing if you're still looking to sell the property.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Well, nice to meet you. My name is Zach. What's your name?
Ingrid.
Nice to meet you, Ingrid. So I'm seeing the property here. I'm seeing the pictures. Can you tell me a little bit more about the property? I mean, I read the description for it. It seems pretty up to date, but I was just seeing if there's anything else you can tell me about the house.
Well, they're not, they're fixer-uppers, both of them. Other than that, I can't say much about the houses. I've lived in the one for quite a few years, and before me, my brother did.
Okay.
But I've moved out of the county.
Oh, okay. Huh. All right.
Now there's no septic system. When I was living there, it was just me, and that didn't matter. I collect rainwater and whatever. But that's how the system is right now. I had propane for heat.
Okay.
And electric and internet.
Got it. All right. And so is the property just currently vacant?
It's not quite vacant yet because I'm still in the process of moving, but yes, it will be vacant very
Okay.
soon.
Okay. All right. And I mean, I'm just looking at the pictures here. These pictures are from, it looks like it's been listed for 193 days. Is there any differences between the pictures you took back then to what the property looks like now?
Other than the stuff not being in it so crowded.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm in the process of moving. So, like I've told everybody from the get-go, we won't be actually ready for somebody until June. I'm almost done moving out. So.
Okay. So I'm just looking at this. This potentially could be a good property for me and my partner to buy. The only question here is it does need a decent amount of work for us to bring it up to shape. Definitely get the system running on it. So does it have a septic tank on it?
No, it does not.
It does not. So we'd probably have to.
The people I would use is Sailor Buck Construction. A neighbor down the road from me, his brother owns that company, and they do septic systems all through Orange County.
Got it. Okay. So it'd have to add
the houses are both up on a hill, so the septic system would be fairly easy to put down where it runs down away from, where the leach fields are, down away from everything.
Okay. And then I'm looking here on the roofs. How are the roofs? Is there any leaks or anything with them?
One of them does have a leak in the corner. I noticed that. Wouldn't be hard to fix. It's where the metal roofing joins the house.
Got it.
And it's just hard to reach in there, but with a ladder, I'm 70-some years old. I don't feel a whole lot like climbing up on a ladder anymore.
Yeah, I completely understand. So this seems like a decent property for us. It does need a decent amount of work, though. Considering that, if me and my partner were just going to buy this property for cash, I mean, do you know what works for you?
Well, I don't know without you coming and taking a look at it, there's no way that you can even put an offer in.
Well, we actually can. So the way we operate is we look at a property, We kind of hammer down a price that works for you and me. And then if the property's just as you say it is, because I do trust your word, Ingrid, here, we just inspect it and just confirm it. And then we close on the property. We just don't want to waste our time going out to the house and looking at it
Right.
if we don't already have an agreement set on roughly where we're going to buy this house at.
Right.
The reason why I'm trying to do that now is it does a septic tank, a lot of renovations on the property. We probably can't do that 45,000. It's going to have to be lower than that. And we're just seeing where you're at, if you had wiggle room on that price, if it will be something that's worth it.
I do have some with now.
Okay.
The neighbor right next door that I sold the rest of the property to is wanting the property.
Okay.
The only reason I'm not selling to them at this point is because for the past 4 months, they've been having a hard time making payments.
Oh, wow.
So it would be kind of silly of me to sell them some more property when they can't make the payments on the property they have.
Okay. On their mortgage?
Right.
So how would they buy your house for cash then?
Well, that's just it.
Yeah, I mean,
I sold them the 42 acres on contract.
Oh.
And they are having a hard time every month, having a hard time making payments. And I've sold quite a few properties on contract.
Yeah.
And I always tell them, you tell me what you can afford a month, and then I will tell you that's acceptable or not. So they make up their monthly price.
Yeah.
And the first 3 months they were okay, and then next 4 months they've not been able to make the payments on time.
Jeez.
They make them 2, 3, 4 weeks late. That's not very acceptable.
No, not at all.
So
okay, the reason why
she would like it. She would like it very much to have the whole 46 acres that I used to have, but it would be stupid on my part to enter into a contract with her when she can't keep the contract she's got.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
So you'd have to tell me what kind of price range you're thinking of, and then I can decide yes or no.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just letting you know, based on what we'd have to do with the property.
Right.
I mean, we're probably going to be all in with it. Probably an extra $25,000, and I'm just.
Yeah. No,
It probably.
that's not gonna work
I said
out.
in renovations, about 25,000. Is that not what you think? It's less in renovations?
Well, that depends on what you want.
I'm talking about septic tank, roof, fixing it all up.
Well, fixing up to what degree? That's a matter of. To see the lady that bought the other 42 acres, whatever it was. That's what she wanted to do. She wanted to renovate the house that was up there. And so she had a contractor come in and pick the house basically totally apart. Now she can't pay the contractor, she can't pay me, and she can't finish the house.
Yeah.
So what good is that?
I agree. And
so it all depends on that house that was there was a very livable house. We had a cistern, we had a septic tank. My family lived there for 47 years. Mm-hmm. And it was a perfectly livable house with no leaks, nothing.
Yeah.
But she wanted a fancy. So now she started doing a fancy, and she can't do it.
Yeah, trust me. I know a lot of people that do that. We would probably make it fancy, but to a point where we can get rented out the right way to a nice family. I don't want to get a family that's making lower payments because sometimes they don't pay us back. So the point of this is I'm assuming it's going to be about $25,000 to renovate the property. You said you don't think that. I think if it has to have the septic tank.
I thought you were offering me $25,000.
No, I was not.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I was just saying on the renovation. So it'd have to be in that. And so I have to add that on top of what I'd buy it for.
Right.
And so, I didn't offer 25, but I'm guessing you would not take 25 for it?
No way.
What would you take for it?
I certainly wouldn't take less than 30 something.
Okay. And how did you come up with that price? Just curious.
Well, just because I know what I need in my life.
Okay.
And I know what the properties around here are going for.
Okay. I know what I need too. I need septic in the property. I need a new roof. I need to be renovated. So what you need, what I need.
It doesn't need a whole new roof. It needs one corner where when you join a roof to the wall, it needs to have that flashing. Mm-hmm. And when I hired someone to do that, they somehow, for whatever reason, they didn't get it all the way into the corner, and that corner is leaking.
Got it.
It certainly doesn't need a whole new roof.
Well, let me ask you this. How long is this How old is that roof? You've had this in your family for 47 years, so you should know.
Well, but not this house. I built the one house that's leaking. I built that myself several years ago.
Okay.
I built it from scratch, just to see if what I can do. But anyway.
So how old is this roof?
I'm trying to think back of I'd have to look at my photo albums to know for sure.
Okay.
Probably about it's not even 10 years, but it's pretty close there, I think.
Okay. It probably doesn't have to be replaced then.
It's a metal roof.
10 years. Okay. Yeah, those things have 15, 20. So that should be fine. So you're at 30,000 on this.
No, I said 30 plus. I'm not taking 30.
So 30 plus. So $30,000.
I've been offered 38, like I said, but I don't really want to take that offer just because she's not making payments very good now.
Okay. I mean, would you take a contract for deed on this?
Yes, I would.
Okay. And what would work for you on that then?
Well, I don't know. I'd need to have at least 10,000 down.
Okay. 10,000 down. All right. I mean, most of my down is just going to be on what if we did a thing where I put the $20,000 in renovations and that could be my down? Because if you take it over, you have a $20,000 in renovations on the property.
Which doesn't do me any good because I'm not going to be living there anymore.
Well, you get more.
I said, I'm 70 some years old.
Yeah. But you'll get more payments and more leverage if I don't pay.
I don't want to have a situation where you're already thinking that you can't make the payments.
I already have the capital already set out.
Then I don't understand why you're saying you can't make the payment.
I'm saying worst case scenario, if push came to shove, you would have a property that has an extra $20,000 in extra value because it's a renovated property.
Only if it's finished. This lady did the same thing, and now the house is worth less than it was when she bought it because she tore it apart and can't finish it.
Okay.
You know.
How about this?
That doesn't do me any good.
I can do the 10,000 down. What would work with it that you're comfortable with taking the 10,000 down?
Well, like I said, I've always told people, you tell me what you can afford on a monthly payment because I don't want to say a payment that's too high.
Okay, I mean. Between you and me, you're a very smart businesswoman. I mean, I would love to pay you $50 a month, right? Obviously, that's not going to work for you. How long is basically the length with this other person you've worked with? I want to do something that's fair.
What do you mean, how long is the base?
So how long are they making the payments for?
Oh, they'll be making them long after I'm dead to my grandchildren.
Oh, wow. Okay. So is that 15 years?
It's more than 15.
Wow. 30?
Not quite. I think it's 20. I think there's 23 left on it or something.
Okay. And how much did they put down on the property?
Well, again, I don't know. I should never have sold to them because I had quite a few offers. And I, felt they're married. They have quite a few kids, and I felt bad for them. And the agreement was 10,000 down. And the day of the signing of the papers in front of the lawyer's office, as we start to walk in, he says, well, we can't really do 10. I've got 5.
Oh my, I hate that game.
Yeah, who needs that?
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, no, 5 won't do. I've got to have at least 7. But I should have just walked away from it.
Okay.
So I don't need that kind of a deal.
Got it. Did that property need as much renovations as this one?
No, like I said, it had a septic system.
Yeah.
It had a cistern. It had almost brand new well. Pump. It had fencing. It had a nice chicken coop that they just took a dozer and demolished. And now she regrets that. Well, I can't help what you regret. She wanted a particular tree left, and that was fine. And then her husband cuts it down, and she got mad at him. She says, well, it never fails. If I tell him don't do something, he's going to do it. And if I tell him do something, he's not going to do it. Not my problem. Not my problem. You're the one married him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he came on my property and started dozing and stuff. I told him, I said, get your stuff off of my property. There's a property line. Stay off it.
I agree.
And as soon as I'm not there, he wants to be there doing stuff and taking stuff and whatever.
Yeah.
So, if I had to do that sale over again, I would not sell to them.
I get it.
I've sold many properties over time on contract. When my mother died, she left me enough money, and I bought like 7 or 8 properties.
Wow.
For my kids and grandkids. In the meantime, they're sold. And, some of the kids wanted, some didn't. And those that didn't want, I sold their property on contract. And most of them I never had a bit of problem with.
Mm.
But there's two of them that I have a big problem with. There's one that's right in paoli that I sold on contract to a man. And again, I felt sorry for him, so I gave him the contract with $200 a month mortgage payment.
Wow.
No interest, no late fees. Guess what? He's late all the time.
Yeah. Jeez.
Doesn't pay to be nice. Just doesn't.
No, it does not.
So, and I told him that it was 6 lots in the house for $200 a month mortgage payment. And he's griping. Well, my money isn't very much. I'm retired. I'm retired too. You have to live on your income. If $200 a month is too much for you, then you shouldn't have taken the contract.
I agree.
Where can you live for $200 a month as a mortgage?
Yeah. Wow.
So I'm hoping that he either forfeits, gets 90 days behind. I told him, I said, you get 90 days behind, it's gone. I am not want to deal with this crap.
No, you have a big heart, but I mean, you're practical with it, right? So you can only give so much.
Yeah, I sold another place, 2.5 acres, to a family. And right in the beginning, they were horrible. And after 2 months, it settled in. She told her husband, I'm taking over. I'm doing this. And so she has been wonderful.
Mm.
They have been never once late, always early, never once late. And now they've getting to get a regular mortgage. I'm waiting anyway for that call for the signing to be done with the payments, and they have a mortgage because they want to put a new double wide on, and they can't do that without a mortgage from the double wide company.
Got it.
So, some things work out, but I've been burned a lot, and I'm just, I want to know up front what I get into, and if it's not sufficient, that's fine. I can leave the property there when I die. It doesn't matter.
I get it. I appreciate how upfront you are. And I hate to see you going through these problems. And so as someone that owns a lot of rental properties, you can verify me and my company. You can look at all these things or have, some in your family do it. Let me just be straight with you here. You want 10,000. I'm looking at other deals you've done. I'm trying to be fair here. Would you possibly be able to do 7,000? And because I got to put 3,000, I'm guessing, in the septic tank. Would that work for you?
And when would you want to have the rest of my stuff up?
I wouldn't do anything until you had everything out. I'm not here to push somebody, right? And obviously I would love to have my contractors go through here, give me quotes while you're doing it. So more time, always the better. Preferably before winter, but anytime always works for me. So yeah, whatever works. I'm not here to push you or anything.
Okay. If we do a 7,000 down, and what would the monthly payments and what would the total price?
I'm trying to think of what would work for you here. Let's see here.
You have to think of what works for you, because if it doesn't work for you, it's not going to work for me.
Let me pop this up. So you said about 25 years, you said? Worked on the other one? Was on the other one, the length?
Yeah.
Okay. Do 25, 7,000 down. Okay. I would come in, just get my calculator out here. So I've done a decent amount of these. I would say probably around, let's do this percentage. I would say about 200.
Okay. And total price?
50,000.
Okay.
50,000 and 7,000 down, $50,000 price, 25 years. That comes out to about 200.
Okay. And when I croak, those payments go to my granddaughter.
Yeah, you're going to have to specifically write that. And
right.
I think you're smart enough to put, in a will and everything, how that all goes done the right way. As long as my biggest issue I've always found is probates that take like 2 or 3 years. So as long as you have everything written out perfectly, it should be fine.
It won't take any time at all, because what I'm going to put her on to the property. Therefore,
that's simple.
It automatically goes straight to her.
Yeah, but between you and me, what I usually do on these, because I do a lot of these around the country, I just have an automatic statement go out, 200 a month, and it's just scheduled out for the next 5 years. Pretty simple. And so it just go in the bank account. So if I have to put $25,000 renovating the property, 200 a month is not going to be much for me. So it just automatically come out.
Yeah.
And so, it's simple as that. The one thing I do want to do is I do want to have some eyes on it, just to have my team look at it once, and then maybe meet you at the property. And if everything works out, make sure everything's all good. I think we can do that. Does that work for you, Ingrid?
Yeah, just might. I mean, I'd like to meet you in person. I can get a read of a person better in person.
Of course. So let me go talk to my partner here and let me have him look at everything. And I can give you a call back probably tomorrow or the next day and schedule something and we can see what happens. I'm not the person looking to push you to move during a certain date, right? Whatever works best for you. And yeah.
Okay, sounds fine.
Awesome. So let me talk to my partner and I'll give you a call back later.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Boom! That is how you do it, guys and gals. So that is, unfortunately, I mean, it could be a wholesale deal. I could probably wholesale this deal. It's a good seller finance deal, 3% interest. I did the calculations, 25 years. I mean, let me give you all the let me give you all the facts here. To get a seller to agree to a 25-year seller finance with $7,000 down, that's pretty good. That I mean, you could wrap this thing, you could do a lot with it. So just roughly, like, so the biggest ones, like, Zach, how did you come up with the numbers? How did you do that all on the fly? I did not do it all by myself. I'm not some genius that has an amortization calculator in my head. When I was talking to that seller here, I had this little handy dandy amortization because she put me on the stinking spot. And so basically what I did here was I calculated, okay, so this website's not the best, right? But basically a $50,000 home price. I put a down payment at 7, right? Interest rate, I would love to put a 1% interest rate, but then the monthly payment's 162. She's probably going to want she's definitely going to want 200 for it. And I'm trying to be fair for her here. So 3% is fine. I'm okay with that. I mean, where else you can get 3% money on this thing, right? And so that's pretty good, right? You put the money into it. Like, I mean, just for example here, if I put 25 in the property and I'm paying 200 a month, which is basically $0, 25 plus, yeah, I mean, I'm 25 into it. I could definitely get at least 700 a month, maybe 600. That's a great creative finance deal. And so, we had Michael. I'm not saying anything bad about Michael, but like, you just got to let the deals naturally come, right? This thing's been listed for 193. She has no other options. Her other people around her, just FYI for everyone, her other people around town here, they're not paying the payments needed for the property, which basically means it's insane. And so I love it. I don't know why many people don't understand how to do this, but it's called creative finance and it works really, really well. And so, yeah, that's basically what it would be. Obviously I want you guys to understand how I do deals like this. And so you understand when you're dealing with someone that's 77 years old, I'm not doing a deal with a 77-year-old person. I'm doing a deal with the 77-year-old persons and their family. I need the whole family. Now, this is a smart, savvy businesswoman, but what you need to understand is the whole family has to be okay with this. Okay. I'm not here to do deals with senior citizens. I'm just being honest with you. If they are hell-bent, they're doing it all by themselves, sure. But what I'm letting you know is we do this with an attorney. She is an attorney, which I'm going to work with the attorney on. We are going to do this with a family. If the daughter is going to be on the deed, guess who I'm going to deal with? I'm going to deal with the daughter, make sure the daughter's okay with everything, make sure the 77-year-old woman's okay with everything, Ingrid, and we do the deal the right and legit way. I get people like Oscar said here, 77 years old, about to be gone, take the 25K old lady. I don't look at it like that, Well, she's an older lady, obviously, right? But I need when someone's that old and I'm doing a 25, usually older people don't take 25 years, but she knows it's for her family. I make sure everyone in the family is okay with it, right? You got to meet in person and do the whole thing. So $7,000 down, septic system. It looked like an ugly house, but it ended up being a great deal. That's why these ugly houses always produce amazing deals. So guys, that was a great deal I just did there. And I love cold calling sellers live and getting deals like this. Sometimes it ends up being a really good wholesaling deal. Sometimes I got to go the creative financing route. But either way, I'm going to make money. Just so you guys know, on here on the Zillow for sale by owners on Zillow, somebody's got your money. Somebody has your money right now. You got to go out here and call it. Guys, anybody watching this, you could have called that seller and done the same exact thing, but why did I get it and not the average person? Because I was willing to pick up that phone, put a smile on my face, and get dialing. So if you want to start doing it, learn exactly how to start talking to sellers absolutely for free at freewholesaling.com, and let's start making some money. This is Zach Ginn signing out. Have a blessed one.